Welcome back. This is the second week of May. And believe it or not, there's still one more WTF cover. This is the last one. This one was delayed. I didn't have a release in April.
Right.
I think so, yeah.
That's why it's delayed.
No, shut up. But we'll get to that later. It's not interesting at all, and we will probably spoil the cover because no one cares.
Damn, dude, it started negative.
I know it's pretty rough, but yeah, even you were kind of like bumming on
I'm
that.
all positive, dude.
Okay.
I don't make fun of anything.
It's gonna be
Especially not DC.
not these. Well, we'll get to DC later, but independent comics, pretty good week, right?
So. As far as quality, we have Walking Dead coming out, issue 110. I read it earlier today. It's not bad, and I'm not much of a Walking Dead fan, but I really appreciated the story in this comic this week. I thought it was kind of a good illumination of Michonne's character and where she's going to be going from here on out.
Tiger.
That's the only comic I've read so far today, so.
We also have Dark Horse putting out 2 major franchises, Buffy, Vampire Slayer. Willow's back, she's got her magic, and it's up to her to save Dawn from dying from magic being sucked out of her. And Spike makes an appearance, which is pretty cool. So it's also part 1 of the core storyline, so it's a great place to jump on if you're a Buffy fan.
Yeah, we're getting to the end. I think that's the second to last storyline for that season.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to kind of slide into the next season, this may be where you can pick up so you know what's going on.
But there's no end in sight for Buffy.
No, I saw on the internet that they're having a meeting about season 10 or whatever already, so yeah, there'll be another season.
Okay.
But season 9's almost over.
Yeah,
cool.
And it's not a bad comic. I mean,
no, I like it.
I've watched at least 2 seasons of Buffy. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And from that, I can still pick up on what's going on in the comic book series.
Yeah, and it feels like a Buffy comic. I mean, Joss is still the executive producer, so he's got his input no matter what Matt says.
Right.
Sorry.
And then my personal favorite coming out this week.
Oh, we don't do that. We don't do that
Star
till
Wars.
the end.
I still have to talk about it. Star Wars.
All right.
Mara's breaking the rules. She's reading the comics for him.
Right.
She's talking about the pick of the week.
This week is good. I'll talk more about the individual issue, but if you're not reading Star Wars, then you're a fool.
Oh, good Lord. That's worse than anything I had to say.
Dude, I know people haven't even seen the movies.
Yeah,
So
I was talking to a
fools,
few
for sure.
students.
I don't know. I don't understand how you understand what's going on in the world without knowing what Star Wars is.
Yeah. I'm bummed out now.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of being
bummed out,
DC,
DC, yeah. You know what the most interesting thing DC put out this week? It's free at your local comic book store. I don't know. I found this thing interesting.
It's kind of cool. It's like I said,
It's illuminating for sure about what they deem as important to a character's storyline.
That's for sure.
It is a bizarre little comic. It's DC Entertainment's essential graphic novel and chronology, 2013.
I like how they put the 2013 in it, like they've done once before.
Right. This is the #1 issue because apparently they're going to do these every year. But it just talks about like all their graphic novels and
not all of them.
Well, not all of them, but like I guess all the ones that you can order still.
Yeah, and the idea is in the back they've got the reading order.
Yeah, which is
weird,
very bizarre.
But yeah, that's the idea. Is like if you want to read Flash, here's our list of what we've got for Flash, and then you need to read them.
It's a good idea in theory, but some of their lists, in my opinion, are incomplete. For instance, the Wonder Woman list just has Odyssey Volume 1, Volume 2, and Blood. Nothing about George Perez, nothing from Gail Simmons' run.
Right, I don't think they're selling those right now.
You can
George Perez, I know, are in print. The Gail Simmons might not be. I don't know.
But it still should be at least mentioned.
Oh, without a doubt. Yes, it's
if
weird.
you're saying essential graphic novels.
Right, and then of course the other problem is that their continuity started over, so. Seems like it'd be a real short list, just the first 2 trade paperbacks and everything.
I mean,
and then Killing Joke or something.
Yeah, they're including.
So they've got stuff that's before 52, which is cool, but again, very incomplete listings.
It's a very bizarre little skim through.
It would be really interesting for Marvel to do one.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because all their stuff is still in continuity.
Yeah.
but what I find really interesting is the Vertigo section. And they also have one for the younger audiences as well as Mad Entertainment. So it's not DC Comics, it's DC Entertainment. So it's worth skimming. They have the only two authors that are spotlighted in this are Alan Moore and Morrison. I don't know if you saw that, but
I didn't actually notice that.
Yeah, if you got your favorite Alan Moore stories and your favorite Morrison stuff. It's pretty interesting. It's worth a skim through, and it's free, so might as well pick it up. But outside of that, what's available at DC? Apparently, Year Zero wasn't ready after Death of the Family.
I assume he just wanted to do a Clayface story. I mean,
yeah, but man, I hate to be poo-pooing, but I mean, I'm excited about Year Zero, and I don't like Clayface.
Well, I think that's the problem. Clayface is such a weird Batman villain that I don't know why we're doing a Clayface.
He's kind of gimmicky, and luckily it's only 2 issues.
It's not bad, as always. The crappiest piece of crap is still, or the crappiest piece of gold is still gold. So it's still good.
Yeah. But, I mean, it will probably be the most entertaining, one of the more entertaining things coming out of DC. Then again, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not reading. So if I'm not talking about something that you want me to talk about, well, let me know. I mean, I'll give anything a chance. Actually, I'm sorry. I flipped through and I saw something pretty cool. I'm excited about this now. There's something pretty cool in this comic. Pretty cool. Especially if you're a fan of the DC animated universe. That is all I'll say. It's pretty cool. I take it back.
Matt's excited.
I flipped through and there's one image, and I'll talk about next week if I remember. It's pretty sweet. Unless it's disappointing, then you'll never hear about it again. Last WTF cover, Justice League of America #3. Like I said, it's been postponed. It's Catwoman. They're having trouble with Catwoman.
And you would know that if you read Catwoman number whatever it was, 19.
Right. Like, who is the traitor in their midst?
Which one of us is a supervillain?
That's the tagline on the cover here. Well, we know it's not Hawkman, Martian Manhunter, Katana, or Green Arrow. So I guess that leaves Vibe, Stargirl, and Catwoman. Well, I wonder who the traitor could possibly be. It's Catwoman. Especially when you see that there's a freaking whip wrapped around Green Arrow.
You know the best part of what you're saying is that probably is going to end up, and it was Catwoman was innocent and she's misunderstood. Because she is more of a good guy than a bad guy these days.
And if you read Catwoman 20, that was kind of the thing. They kind of tied up Catwoman and put her in Arkham to spy on something. And
I haven't been reading Catwoman.
Yeah, but I thought looking at this cover with this whip wrapped on Green Arrow, I thought it was going to be I wonder who it could be, because it can't be Catwoman, because that's too obvious. But no, it's Catwoman. It's Catwoman. So, there you go. I like Catwoman's cover where it's Katana holding a straight jacket. But that's stupid. Alright. That's pretty much it for DC, unless there's one or two other things, but I don't know. Not worth talking about for me.
Alright. So Marvel, it's a huge list. There's some stuff. We've got Avengers, Shang-Chi issue, so on the cover everybody's in sort of some anime Japanese kind of outfits.
I love it.
Shang-Chi, is he Japanese?
I guess he's actually Chinese, isn't he, now I think about it?
Because that makes it bizarre.
Fu Manchu is Chinese, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But whatever, it's all Asian.
Oh.
I didn't draw the cover, dude.
No.
That was me speaking for Dustin Weaver, who probably was told by Tom Brevoort.
Asian it up.
Right. Next up we got Thor. Some more fun with the God Killer. This book's been pretty awesome, so if you're not reading it...
I need to.
You're not as foolish as if you're not reading Star Wars.
I've heard a lot of good things about Thor.
Yeah, it's really good, and I'm not a Thor fan, so... we got some Uncanny Avengers. Stunfire on the cover.
It's a cool cover.
What's going on? Oh, Apocalypse Twins and stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm behind on that one too. Man, I gotta catch
The
up.
last issue wasn't bad. Uncanny X-Force. This has been a fun book.
I love the cover on it.
Yeah, I don't like Phantom X though. Even
like
if he's a
Phantom
girl
X.
now.
Yeah. Well, he's still a.
Well,
It's
there's-
weird.
I think it's the oddest relationship those two have.
Well, yeah.
The fact that he's like making out with a clone of himself.
A little
That's a female
self-love.
version.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I don't know, man. That's pretty close to his sister, isn't it? You
No,
think
it's
about
not.
it.
Really.
They have the
Yes, I
same,
mean,
like they've shared a brain.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
If you have a twin sister, isn't that kind of the same idea too?
No.
I don't know. I don't know how babies work.
It's obvious.
All right.
Yeah.
Then we got Wolverine. What number is this? Number 3. Continuing Paul Cornell and Alan Davis's run. It's pretty cool. Alan Davis, of course, is awesome.
And this is not Savage.
No, this is not the Frank Show one. This is
Okay.
just regular Wolverine. Yeah, and Paul Cornell, all you Doctor Who fans, he wrote some Doctor Who stuff, so... I mean, not that this is anything like Doctor Who, but it does have Nick Fury Jr. on it.
Yeah,
And
that's
Sam
cool.
Jackson, come on.
Let me ask you this about Wolverine.
Alright,
Alright, there's Wolverine and then there's the Savage Wolverine.
right.
And that's Wolverine it takes place in the Savage Land.
Right, the first story arc does.
Okay, so is it just going to continue to be Savage?
No, the
or-
next one is the sequel to Avenging Spider-Man, so it's Zeb Wells and Joe Madura doing that arc. So if you read the first Avenging Spider-Man, like the first 5 or whatever, this is the sequel. It's going to have Spider-Man and it's going to have,
So this is going to be called the Avenging Wolverine?
no, Savage Wolverine still.
Oh, so they're just going to keep that
Yeah, they're
title,
gonna keep
despite
that.
where he's at. Okay.
Right. He's Savage.
I agree, but I thought it was because he was in the Savage
I'm sure they
Land.
tied that in, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to stay as Savage Wolverine. So
Right.
it'll be like Savage Wolverine number 6 or whatever it is.
Whatever, I'm... Okay.
Over it.
Comic books, if they do that.
Sure.
Talk about that.
Sure. This week, the trade paperback for Spider-Man comes on. There's a crossover with Peter Parker and Ultimate Spider-Man Miles Morales. Excellent book. My favorite thing Bendis has written in quite a while, although I love Bendis' stuff. And Sarah Pichelli is the artist. She's doing awesome. And it's, I mean, you don't have to have read either Peter or Miles, although you want to read one or the other, surely. But it's pretty cool. Spider-Man goes to the Ultimate Universe, and Ultimate Peter Parker's dead, and May and Gwen are still around, and it's just awesome. You should definitely read it.
Did he do anything with Slot on this?
No, Slot was not involved.
Okay.
And spoilers, there's going to be a sequel when Peter comes back, because Peter will be back someday.
Let me tell you about that last issue of Superior.
Uh-huh.
That was dynamite.
Really?
That was good stuff. Did you like it?
I thought it was okay.
Dude!
I didn't think it was great. I also don't think that Peter's gone. And if he is
Oh,
gone...
no, but still, I don't know. I thought it was really
I thought it was
entertaining.
okay.
Something else I read last... I know this is boring. I'm sorry. But there's something else I read last week that I kind of raved about. I can't remember what... Doesn't Age of Ultron come out this week?
No, it's supposed to be bi-weekly, so it's been mostly weekly. But
Yeah. Trying to think of what I raved about last week. Maybe it was FF. I can't remember.
Fantastic Four was good.
FF was really good. So, I don't know. But I guess it's time for Pick of the Weeks. Now remember, these are our Pick of the Weeks chosen by us.
That was weird.
Yeah, I know. But we want to know what your Pick of the Weeks is going to
Sure.
be.
What your pick of the week is.
What your Pick of the Week is. So...
Also, keep in mind that except for Mara, we haven't read these, so
Yeah.
these are the ones that we're excited about.
you
so.
liar. You said you read Walking Dead.
Yeah, but I didn't pick Walking Dead for my pick of the week.
Oh, that's true. That makes it unfair.
I'm
So,
sorry.
I mean, that's fine. But
I didn't
the
read
way
everything.
The way
Yeah.
we usually do it is just, the one we're most excited about. Matt said before, the one you're going to read first.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily true, because if it was, we'd just be talking about the same 3 comics every week.
Yeah. Well, here is... You want to do your Pick of the Week
Sure.
again?
Yeah. But I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on why Star Wars
Yeah,
is
totally.
my pick of the week.
Sure.
First off, when they announced that Star Wars was coming out as a comic book, I kept thinking, I read a few Star Wars comics. I didn't like them. They were confusing. They were convoluted. I didn't know what was going on. There's a bunch of terminology and stuff I didn't get.
It's like Star Trek.
It's like, well... What I'm saying is I'm a fan of the movies, and branching out beyond the movies was always intimidating to me. And this was a perfect ease into that side of the canon, the comic book realm. It's accessible to anyone who's even seen just the first episode 4, I should say. Also, I love Wood's interpretation of Leia in this series so far. I mean, he shows her as a senator, as a tactician, as an X-Wing pilot. I mean, she's everything. And they touch on a little bit of that emotionality with Alderaan blowing up, that you don't see that in the movies. It's kind of just not talked about again. And it's nice to see such a well-faceted female character. So, Star Wars. Very good.
Issue 5.
Issue 5, but just get the first one. Just go from there.
And you're a fool if you're not reading it.
Yeah. You are.
You didn't talk about this when you talked about your Marvel comics. You didn't talk about Alpha Big Time.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, dude.
Alpha Big's good. You haven't even read it.
Alpha's a horrible character.
Alpha, yeah, that's the idea.
I know, so I don't want to read a comic book about him. That's like when Azrael had his own comic book. I know Azrael was designed to be a horrible character, but I don't want to keep reading
You have to
about it.
admit, though, Alpha's a little bit more interesting than Azrael.
Not necessarily. Azrael had freaking dog DNA, dude. That was awesome.
My pick of the week is, it might be Batman 20 after I saw that picture, but just going off the cover, it's going to be Batman and Robin number 20. It's a good comic book.
Red Hood, dude.
Batman and Red Hood, sorry. I forgot. I guess that officially starts.
Oh, it started last time.
Well, yeah, last time was Red Robin. That's right, yeah, he tore up Frankenstein. That was so crazy. That was so good. That was so good.
I hated it.
Oh, that was so
I hated
cool.
it so much.
Really?
Remember that time that Batman kidnapped Frankenstein and started tearing him apart?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That was awesome.
He was trying to figure out how to resurrect people.
And
With
so he tears him apart.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. That was
I
not...
thought it was lame.
He's going to
I'm
build
sorry.
a Frankenstein Damien.
I just
Come
thought,
on, that was pretty
I think
awesome.
when you guys look back in 10 years, you'll say that was stupid.
No, what
I don't
other
know.
zombies do they have in the DC universe?
I tell you this.
Solomon Grundy? You don't
I'll-
want to kill them, man.
I'll give her this. If they would have made a storyline out of Batman,
Oh, I
Frankenstein-
agree.
yeah, but a single
One
issue
issue.
where he's just kind of lost his mind.
Sure.
That
That
was
was
cool.
definitely the point.
Yeah, like that was all right. Like this is what you're gonna do to get Damien back. You're gonna tear apart Frankenstein, and Frankenstein is such a funny character because he's all regal and everything, and he's like talking to him as he's like ripping out his arm. It's funny, but no, Carrie Kelly.
Oh, yeah, it's all about Carrie Kelly.
Still in this, and that's cool. But no, it's every issue of this so far has been really good.
I like it better than the Batman book.
Yeah, it's one of the more you don't want to read this one first, but yeah, and you always think, oh, this can't be the best Batman book, or this can't be the main Batman book, and it's technically not, but I don't know, it's really good. A lot of the months, it's always better than the Batman. So, Batman and Robin, number 20. All right.
Alrighty, mine is Fearless Defenders.
Cool.
First up, of course, is the awesome Mark Brooks covers. This one's you got the paper dolls with a little Thor down at the bottom, a little teddy bear Thor.
I didn't see that. That's pretty cool.
I noticed that while we were talking. Yeah, it's been a cool book. I like the characters. I like maybe not so much Valkyrie, but I love Misty Knight and Danny Moonstar, so I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
Did you see the asterisk that says "cut cape away from armor"?
So it'll fly.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I wonder if anyone's gonna actually
Cut
out their comic book.
Probably not.
That'd be so cool. The next issue of this has a pretty sweet cover, but
Spoilers.
that's for next month, I guess.
Oh yes, that is the next one is
Yeah.
a cool cover.
They're all pretty sweet.
It's the Street Fighter cover.
It's just Street Fighter.
Oh,
With all the
yeah.
girls of the DC or the Marvel
Yeah.
universe. Then.
They're gonna run out of ideas eventually. Of cool
Oh no, I
covers,
hope they don't. I hope they keep it up.
But
That's so cool.
well, I guess that's it. Remember, if there's anything that you want us to talk about that we're not talking about, let us know, and we'll give it a spin. Unless it's just trash, and then we'll talk bad about it. If you
Deadpool.
yeah, Deadpool. Sorry, which that came out
It
this
did
week.
come out,
Yeah, so like
but we did not
Deadpool.
talk about it.
You know what, Deadpool fans? Y'all like to say, "Hey, I love Deadpool." Yeah, I love Deadpool. When's the last time you bought a Deadpool comic? Let me ask you that.
They didn't do it here.
They didn't do it
I
here.
got 2 people that are buying it, and that's it. And
Yep.
one of them does buy 2 copies.
Wow.
The
Wow.
other one's for his friend.
for his friend, my foot. Yeah, that's why I have to say to people who like Deadpool. But, you know, if you like Deadpool, leave a nasty comment. You know what, actually, Deadpool fans, we should probably start marketing to Deadpool fans. Or
No, we gotta build controversy and fight the Deadpool fans.
I'd rather not diss anyone for what they like in comic books.
or what they claim to like in comic books.
I don't think you should diss anyone who professes a love for anything in geekdom. That's just my philosophy.
What if it's
I'm trying to think of something that's not
Grifter?
Grifters, they've done good stuff.
Someone's gotta like Grifter.
I'll
Someone's
say
gotta like
this:
Deadpool.
there are no bad characters. There's only bad writers.
That's true.
I mean, one of my favorite books ever is The New Warriors, and it's got Speedball in it
Mm.
and Night Thrasher. It should be horrible.
What's that guy, Darkhawk?
Darkhawk.
Yeah, a bunch of his comics came out on Comixology.
Always pushing Comixology.
today.
They don't pay for this.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't make any money from Comixology.
they released like the first 9 issues of that, so that was pretty sweet.
Did you buy it?
No. I have Marvel Unlimited. I'm not going to buy that.
That's true.
Well, I guess that's it. Where we at, Brian?
255 Ferris Road, right behind Old UCA.
UCA. Old UCA.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying.
They can't hear you.
Yeah, we're by the UCA, the old one. Well, I guess we'll see you next week. Until then, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Whiteside.
I'm Brian Keown.
Stay golden, Pony Boy.